Okay, good evening everybody and welcome to the pre-stream for the weekend preview. We'll be starting shortly, meaning probably within 5 to 7 minutes. And I hope that more people will show up because this is a big week, a good week to be watching if you are into the horror vibe of October, which I definitely am. We're finishing up certain things. We've got reviews, we've got unboxings, we've got giveaways, we've got the return of Hate Live, we've got a ton of stuff going on. A ton of stuff. And so I hope that you guys will definitely be tuning in, not only tonight for the weekend preview, but for some of the fun stuff coming up this week that I'll be doing. And I am excited. I'm excited because after, this week, into the weekend, into next week, into November, we're pretty much non-stop new games, just gaming overload. To the point where I know that November's spilling into December this year. There's absolutely no way with the some 10-plus games that I'm going to be checking out in November that I'm going to be able to finish them all. So I'm pretty excited for the content. However, I need to wake up. Because it's funny because now we are in the fall. Officially, we are in the fall, right? And we're almost here at Halloween, and it's getting darker earlier here in Washington. It actually starts getting dark around 5:30 in the afternoon now, and finally it's dark by like 7. And I'm not used to that. I'm used to it being, sun all day until late night. Since I've lived here, it's been like that. So this is going to be interesting, experiencing the fall and winter in a completely different area of the country and seeing how it affects things. I'm sure I'm going to be thrown off a little bit as it gets dark so early, right? Sajima in the stream chat. I don't know if I saw your tweet. I guess you're asking if you had asked me permission to use my footage. You can use my footage for anything you want, as long as it's not just blatantly, copying and reposting my footage. That's all I really care about. So, yeah, you can go ahead and use it. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway. Thanks, everybody, for being here tonight. I hope that you guys have been enjoying all the content this past week as well. We had The Evil Within, which was pretty much the main focus of the week. We had a little deviation there with the vanishing of Ethan Carter, which I thought is pretty good, and we're going to be concluding that this week. There's a lot going on. A lot going on, and that's good. That's this time of year. I know there were some people who were disappointed that I didn't play either Borderlands or Killer Instinct Season 2. At the same time, it's kind of funny because at first there were a bunch of people complaining, and after like a day, I don't think anyone even brought it up with me anymore. Like, for that first day, people were surprised. Wow, Phil's not playing Borderlands. Wow, Phil's not playing Killer Instinct. And after a couple days, it was like no one even, no one was complaining or nothing. So apparently, I didn't miss much. I actually have a stack of games that I've pulled out here that I'm thinking of trading in soon. And just so you guys know, here's the games. These are the games that I'm thinking of trading in. WWE 2K14, well, duh, that's last year's game. Super Mario 3D World, yeah, at this point, I'm never going to go back to that one to try to beat the extra stages or anything. Grand Theft Auto 5 on the Xbox 360, I beat it, and really there was no reason to ever go back to the online mode after that couple tries that I played it last year. They never came out with heists. It was a complete lie, and to be honest, if they hadn't promised heists, I would have traded this game in a year ago. But they promised us something that never came out. It was a complete lie on Rockstar's part. So, good job, Rockstar. You actually tricked me from trading in your game, and you probably sold a few extra copies of the game because no one bought my used copy, but I'm trading that in. Dark Souls 2, because I'm done with it now. We did all the DLCs. We're done. There's nothing left to do in the game, so that's going to be traded in. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. It was good earlier in the year for fun, but at this point, I don't see myself playing it again. So I think that's going to get traded in. Alien Isolation, because I've beaten it. I did the DLCs. I found out that the DLCs coming up are not story-based at all. They're actually going to be survivor mode, which I don't want to play, so there's no reason for me to keep that. And then on the chopping block, but not definitively yet for trade-ins, are NBA 2K15 and The Evil Within. The reason I say that NBA 2K15 is because by the time that I stopped playing it, people were basically telling me they were incredibly bored of it already. That I had played that initial part of the career mode and the face scanning, and that was really the gimmick for the game, and people were basically saying they don't really care that much about it anymore. And The Evil Within, because I beat it today, now there are going to be 2 to 3 DLCs for The Evil Within, but the question is, should I keep the game to play those DLCs? Is it going to be worth it? Because the past few games where I kept them to play the DLCs, like for example, Watch Dogs, was not worth it. No one really liked the DLC for Watch Dogs. And there's supposed to be backstory, not progression of the story of The Evil Within, so I don't know if it's worth it. So, I don't know. I could potentially trade in all of those games, seriously, in one big clump, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. And if I did that, you usually get the bonus. If you trade in 3 or more games, you get the big bonus trade-in. And I actually got a thing that said if I trade in Alien Isolation and Evil Within before November, I get $40 guaranteed for each game. That's pretty wild. So I'm thinking about, I'm honestly thinking about trading all those in. I don't know if I'm going to 100%. I would say 100% are the older ones, like Grand Theft Auto, WWE, Super Mario, Dark Souls 2, Plants vs. Zombies, and probably Alien Isolation. Those are guaranteed. It's really NBA 2K15 and The Evil Within that are kind of on the chopping block. And I don't know if I should keep them or not. I have to think about it. I will have to think about it. Alright, everyone, so we're about to get started with the weekend preview. I know that there's not a lot of people on the stream. I don't really care. I want to get started because, as you guys know, after the weekend preview tonight, we're going to be doing a special Tomodachi live stream. It's going to be Halloween themed because apparently there's a bunch of Halloween accessories and stuff. That came out. I actually got told Spot Pass had an item that comes in, and the clothing and stuff. And that would be cool if I could buy some Halloween accessories and slap them on everyone, have them mess around a little bit. So we're going to do that tonight. And tomorrow we will actually move into our official playthroughs for the week. And I know that's kind of jumps the gun because a lot of the times the new stuff doesn't happen till Tuesday because that's when new games come out. However, there are no new games this week. So we're going to start with new playthroughs starting tomorrow. And I hope that people will be interested. We'll have to see. Alright, everybody. I guess that's going to be it for the pre-stream. Let's get the show started, right? Let's get it going, even though there's not even 400 people on the stream. I get the feeling a lot of people are watching Walking Dead. I get the feel a lot of people are watching football. There's a lot of stuff going on these days. So I'm not too surprised that, you know, that the weekend preview doesn't get great attendance. At least I hope that people watch it on YouTube when they get a chance, so that way they know what's going on rather than coming in. Because this is what happens. They come in here all during the week. What's Phil playing? What's he doing this? Is he doing that? Like, dude, that's why he does the weekend preview. Okay. Well, that is it, everybody. Thanks. Let's end the pre-stream, and let's get started with the week in preview. Very good.